Hello, my name is Darlene Mercado, and I am in Sociology 213, and I am presenting an analyzation of mass media and pop culture. Magazines and newspapers are printed monthly, weekly, and even daily, and are filled with all kinds of advertisements. They are displayed all through grocery stores and at newsstands. Magazines are essentially everywhere. A great tactic is for companies of all kinds to advertise within these magazines and expand their industry. All of these ads are aimed at specific groups of people based on age, gender, race, and class, and are all trying to make a specific point. Implicit and hidden factors are embedded within each advertisement, such as these shown, to draw consumers in. And I have analyzed some advertisements to determine what these ideas may be. I have used and defined certain terms and theories to better explain the meanings behind these advertisements. The magazine that I chose to analyze based on their advertisements is 17 magazine, which is clearly directed towards teenage girls as displayed in its name. The color scheme of pink and gold clearly screams girly, and the attractive teen boy on the cover will surely pull girls in to want to know more. And not to mention the free One Direction poster that's included in the magazine that you've already bought. This first ad that I have chosen to analyze greatly exemplifies common subtle hints within advertisements. This particular advertisement is a great example of hidden implicit meanings because Bob's by Skechers is a campaign which has been greatly criticized for its similarity to another charity-like shoe company, Tom's, in which you buy one shoe and another pair is given to a child in need somewhere around the world. In buying these shoes, you are making a statement that you have done a good and commendable deed by buying a pair of shoes that also gives a pair to someone in need. This is a great example of dramaturgy, I don't really know how to pronounce that word, which was described by Irving Goffman as the way people strategically present themselves. By wearing these shoes, you are showing how giving of a person you are, when in reality, you may have just simply wanted the shoes because you thought they'd look nice on you. This ad also displays a quote which says, "Make a difference for kids," which essentially questions someone's values, which are shared beliefs that a group could consider desirable, which may lead to a social norm. Giving to a child in need is a very morally acceptable thing to do. A person's values are certainly put on display by buying a pair of shoes that will in turn benefit a child going through a difficult time. The value of caring for those in need is a characteristic desired and commended by today's society. The next advertisement I have chosen is most commonly placed in magazines directed towards women. This particular ad is for Dove, which is a company that sells various soap products at large. Their latest campaign is pictured showing what true beauty looks like for women. The campaign for Real Beauty by Dove has been advertised in several magazines and is primarily directed towards women, which especially brings up the idea of the feminist theory, which was a term referenced in Chapter 1. This particular theory focuses on gender inequalities within society and aims at fixing such inequalities. This ad questions the idea of ugly spots versus beauty spots, essentially pointing out that these imperfections, quote unquote, are beautiful and that they are what true beauty looks like. They are essentially fixing such inequalities by showing that women's imperfections are beautiful and there is no need to fix such aspects of oneself, essentially for men. Placing this ad in a magazine for teenagers is certainly a tactic to teach young girls to feel comfortable with themselves during such a confusing time in their life. Another main point in this advertisement is the fact that it highlights the idea of certain components in culture such as signs. Signs could be used to represent a product logo to meaningfully represent something else. The something else in this picture is the Dove soap products. There is no sign of soap in this ad, clearly, but the little Dove logo in the corner is understood socially, and the ad is immediately associated with the soap product. If Dove was not as universally known, as it would not be such an obvious catch. But this is something that is done all around us and we immediately understand. There are several logos, such as the M for McDonald's and the puppy of Victoria's Secret's pink line, and so many more that are universally understood and associated with a particular brand or product. Finally, the advertisement that I analyzed was one featuring Taylor Swift, the country singer herself, with 3 other teenage girls, which are easily relatable to, seeing as this is a magazine directed towards teens. They are casually seated on a brick wall, and at a glance they all look like ordinary girls, but one is actually a millionaire country superstar. Based on the gestures, which are signs made by your body either with your hands or facially, you would assume that they are great friends because Taylor has her arm around the girl on her both sides, which is socially understood as a statement of close friendship. The smiles on their faces and the giggling looks and their body language shows how relaxed and comfortable they are in their ever so fashionable shoes. And if Taylor Swift clearly loves them, so will all the other teenage girls wanting to be just like her. Social norms are also greatly portrayed in this particular ad. Norms are formal and informal rules regarding what kinds of behaviors are acceptable and appropriate within culture. Norms are usually specific to today's age and culture. It is a norm for girls to stick together and portray a sense of girl power, as it is clearly displayed in this ad referencing Brave inspires brave. Girls sticking together, looking fashionable, and inspiring one another has been a norm for a very long time and will continue being so in the years to come. In conclusion, I myself now understand how advertisements work and all the sociological ideas used to format them in order to put across a specific idea. The advertisements placed in this magazine, called 17 Magazine, are directed towards one specific group, proving the sociological genius aspect. All the ads that I analyzed contain some kind of hidden or implicit meaning using sociological ideas, as will most, if not all, advertisements placed all around us. We walk around daily viewing such advertisements, and in some way they are doing their best to pull you in using ideas such as dramaturgy, values, the feminist theory, signs, gestures, and norms, as I spoke about earlier. Implicit meanings within advertisements have been around for years, and they are necessary because companies need to attract consumers or customers in some way if they want to have a prosperous business. Such hidden meanings may not seem obvious to us, but they have a way of making themselves known, and a person is immediately drawn to them. Society is exposed to all these theories and concepts unknowingly, but marketing companies sure know what they're doing when they create such advertisements. Thank you so much for your time.